Being chosen isn't a free pass to an easy life. If you've ever felt like your struggles were greater than anyone else's, like life has tested you in ways that feel beyond what you can bear, you're not alone. It's easy to look around and see others seemingly gliding through life. But you, if you're reading this, if you're resonating with this message, are marked for greatness, and that often comes with a price. So why is it that the chosen ones suffer more? It's not what you might think. Let me take you through 3 powerful reasons why those chosen by a higher purpose often face the toughest battles. Reason number 1 is this: the chosen suffer because their purpose is far greater than they could ever imagine. Think about this for a second. If you're chosen, you are part of a bigger plan, a divine mission that requires not just skill but profound strength, resilience, and wisdom. Your purpose isn't just about you. It's about impacting the world in a way that others can't. It's not for the faint of heart. If God has chosen you for something extraordinary, He needs to prepare you in extraordinary ways. This means you'll face challenges that test your limits, but each struggle is designed to shape you for the purpose that only you can fulfill. The obstacles you face are the very ones that build you into the person capable of fulfilling your destiny. The pain you endure becomes your power. But here's the truth: you can't lead others if you haven't been through your own battles. Imagine trying to guide someone through a storm when you've never experienced one yourself. It's hard to lead with conviction if you don't know the depth of the struggle. That's why the chosen face suffering, not as punishment, but as preparation. Think about the greatest leaders, spiritual figures, or change makers you admire. Have they had it easy? No. They've been tested. They've fought battles, often unseen, and come out stronger. Your suffering isn't the end of the road. It's just the beginning of your journey to greatness. So when you feel the weight of the world pressing on your shoulders, remember, you are being shaped for something bigger than yourself. The second reason the chosen suffered is because their faith is being tested and refined. You see, your faith isn't just about saying you believe. It's about living it. And how can your faith grow if it's never challenged? When life throws obstacles in your path, when it feels like the world is against you, that's when your faith is truly tested. It's easy to believe when everything is going well, but can you hold on when everything falls apart? That's what makes you different. That's what sets you apart. Your faith is being built in the fire. And the thing about fire, it refines, it purifies, and it makes you stronger. When you rise out of the fire, you will be unshakable in your belief and purpose. The world might be dark, but your faith, will shine brighter than ever. The chosen ones aren't just here to exist. They're here to be examples of unwavering faith in the face of hardship. So when you suffer, remember this: your faith is being refined for something far greater than you can see right now. Finally, the third reason the chosen suffer is because they are called to break generational chains and defy the status quo. If you're marked, you're likely the one in your family or community who's been chosen to bring about a new way of thinking, a new way of living, and that requires stepping out of the comfort zone. You're meant to break cycles of poverty, cycles of negative thinking, cycles of unhealthy patterns, and that kind of change doesn't come without a fight. The path you walk is often lonely, misunderstood, and met with resistance, but that's because you are destined to change the narrative. You will rise above what the world expects of you and break free from limitations that others still struggle with. Being chosen means that you don't fit into the mold. You were never meant to be ordinary, and that's exactly why your journey is full of challenges. You see, when you're meant to change the world doesn't always welcome you with open arms, but every challenge you face, every struggle, every setback is just the world trying to hold you back from reaching your divine potential. You were never meant to follow the crowd. You were born to stand out and make waves. And yes, that often comes with suffering, because changing the status quo is never easy. But know this: every single challenge you face is breaking the chains that have held you, your family, and your community in place for generations. So, if you feel like you've been suffering longer than you should, If the road seems harder than anyone else's, remember, it's because you've been marked for greatness. God doesn't choose the weak to carry out His divine plan. He chooses the strong, the resilient, and the ones who are ready to fight for what's right. Your suffering is not in vain. It's the very thing that will prepare you for the greatness that's ahead. Now that we've explored the first two reasons why the chosen suffer, let's dive deeper into the final reason. The reason that ties everything together. If you're still with me, then you can feel it. There's something bigger happening in your life than you might even realize. This reason is the one that often causes the most pain, yet also holds the greatest purpose. The chosen suffer because they are meant to carry a heavy anointing, a calling that requires deep spiritual strength. Carrying an anointing, whether it's for leadership, healing, or breaking generational curses, isn't something that just anyone can handle. It's like being given a heavy mantle that is difficult to bear at times, but also holds incredible power. Think about those who have been marked by divine purpose throughout history. The prophets, the great leaders, and even the modern-day change-makers. They didn't simply wake up one day and walk into greatness. No, they went through unimaginable trials, challenges, and losses. It was their faith, their resilience, and their ability to endure that allowed them to carry the weight of the anointing they were given. For those of us who are chosen, it feels like we're always under a microscope. It's as though people expect us to be perfect, to never make a mistake, to always have it together. But the reality is that pressure can feel unbearable at times. When you're chosen to lead, to change, or to be the one who shows others the way, there's a constant weight on your shoulders. And yes, you will suffer, but this suffering is part of the preparation process. God allows this suffering to refine your character, to test your faith, and to prepare you to carry out the work He has called you to do. When you're marked for greatness, the enemy will try to distract, delay, and discourage you at every turn. The road will feel bumpy, and you'll face spiritual attacks that others may not understand. These attacks might come in the form of doubt, fear, or even betrayal from those closest to you. But understand this. This isn't a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that you're on the right path. The enemy doesn't waste time attacking those who aren't a threat. He targets the chosen because he knows how powerful you are. He sees your potential before you even realize it. But here's the thing. The more the enemy attacks, the more you grow. The more you endure, the more your strength is built. The more you lean on God through these trials, the more powerful your anointing becomes. This is a spiritual law. The weight of your suffering correlates directly with the weight of your calling. The deeper your pain, the higher your potential for greatness. That's why the chosen ones are called to endure hardship. It's because they are being prepared to carry an anointing that will change the world. You see, suffering isn't just about enduring pain. It's about being refined in the fire. Just like gold is refined in a furnace, your faith, your character, and your strength are refined through suffering. Every trial is an opportunity for growth. Every tear you shed is a seed being planted for something bigger to grow. It's not easy, but it's necessary. If you want to step into the fullness of your calling, you have to be prepared for the weight that comes with it. But here's the good news. The suffering you're going through isn't permanent. It may feel overwhelming right now, but just as the seasons change, so will your circumstances. The storms won't last forever, but the lessons you learn through them will stay with you for a lifetime. You'll come out stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling the weight of your purpose. And as you rise above the challenges, you'll find that the very things that once caused you pain will become the foundation of your strength. The scars you carry will become the testimony that others need to hear. Your story will inspire those who are struggling, showing them that if you can make it through, so can they. You will be a beacon of hope, a living example of how God uses suffering to prepare the chosen for their divine calling. Now, as we approach the end of this part, I want to leave you with this powerful truth. The suffering you're experiencing is not a sign of abandonment, but a sign of being chosen. God doesn't choose the weak to carry out His divine plan. He chooses the ones who are willing to endure, to fight and to rise above the challenges that come their way. Your suffering is part of your anointing. It's part of your preparation for the greatness that lies ahead. So, if you're feeling burdened right now, if you're questioning why things are so difficult, remember this. The road you're walking on is the path to your destiny. It may be hard, it may be painful, but it is leading you to something greater than you could ever imagine. Trust the process. Embrace the pain, because on the other side of it is a strength and power that you can't even begin to comprehend. Stay strong, stay faithful, and know that every step you take is bringing you closer to your divine purpose. The best is yet to come, and with each challenge, you're being prepared to rise higher than you ever thought possible. Remember that the suffering the chosen endure isn't just a random set of events. It's part of the divine blueprint, carefully designed by God to shape, mold, and strengthen you for the incredible purpose He has set before you. The pain, the heartache, the moments when you feel alone, those are the moments that build the strength to walk into your destiny. If you're reading this, you've been chosen for something bigger than you could have ever imagined. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, it's painful. But as you continue to rise above the challenges, you'll realize that each step, each obstacle, is propelling you closer to your purpose. This is the refining process, the moment when your character is being tested and your spirit is being strengthened for what's ahead. Through your suffering, God is preparing you to carry the weight of His anointing. And the greater the weight, the greater the impact you will have on the world. This doesn't mean that the suffering will go away immediately, but it does mean that there's a promise of victory on the other side. You are being transformed from the inside out, and each moment of hardship is like a stepping stone toward the person you were always meant to be. Don't look at your current struggles as signs of defeat, but as signs of victory in the making. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. The road is tough, but with each trial, you're learning resilience, patience, faith, and strength. These are the tools you'll need to fulfill your purpose, and each challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger in your faith. As you move forward, know this: your suffering isn't the end of your story, but rather the beginning of something greater. What you're going through now is only temporary, but the impact you'll make will last for eternity. You are a vessel for something incredible, and the divine purpose on your life is unstoppable. When you feel weak, remember that you're being made strong. When you feel tired, know that rest is on the horizon. When you feel like giving up, remind yourself that you're chosen to rise above it all. God has seen your heart, your struggles, and your potential, and He is preparing you for something far greater than you could have imagined. So keep going, keep trusting, keep believing. The suffering you're enduring is shaping you into the person who will rise to fulfill a purpose that only you can accomplish. The world is waiting for you to step into your destiny. Your time is coming, and nothing can stop the power that is working within you. Stay strong, keep pushing, and always remember, you were chosen for this journey.